So let's think about what is brand resonance and how does it influence our brand audit. So there's 4 steps or 4 stages of brand development, and looking at the brand resonance pyramid, resonance, of course, is all about relationships and intense active loyalty. And we think about this as how we can become closer and closer to our perceived needs and perceived values of our audience or our target audience that we investigated last week. So in the first step, achieving the right brand identity really means creating brand salience with customers. So what does that mean? So it means that we're looking at it from the eyes of that customer, of that consumer. And how do we ensure that there is salience, meaning it makes sense to them and that the brand becomes something that comes to mind as soon as they think about us, that there's enough of a breadth and depth of awareness such that when they think of us, they're not so myopically focused on, say, for the Band-Aids. You only think of Band-Aids, and that's their brand and that's the product. So we want a breadth and depth so that the ease by which people think of us as a firm is easily and readily at their mind as soon as they think about that product. And the product category structure is really how that customer understands what we have and what we are and what we have to offer. So let's take a look at that. And we did start with this last week. If we think of a beverage example, the beverages are here, the water's on this side, the flavor's on that side. That's a beverage example of how our products are organized. And then when we think forward as to what it means and why is it important, we want to be there in the right place at the right time. When consumers think of us, they think of us when they're about to purchase. So how do we do that? We create meaning, and we create meaning from the way that our products are viewed and how they perform, the tangible as well as the intangible pieces. So performance, quality, what is it that they offer, or points of parity? It's a tangible functional need. But from the intangible perspective, how does that actually suit us, or how does it suit our customers such that they think of us for where is it that they would be purchasing and why we keep coming to mind? So that intangible value of the brand, of what comes to mind, the heritage, the values, the mantra, hearkening back to the mantra, really, what is it that they're looking for and why is it that our firm's coming to mind? Doesn't like to forward. So what are those 5 types of attributes that benefit, and what causes people to actually think of us and actually have intangible value when they think of our firm? Ingredients, reliability, effectiveness, and efficiency. Now, when you think about service effectiveness and efficiency, that goes for the entire footprint. It goes for when you call the call center, online, when you make a tweet suggestion. And how do you bring that across in every aspect of your firm? The style and design, of course, what sets you apart from other firms, even from the offices that you hold or where you locate. And of course, price is going to be a huge influence on how consumers think about products. So price itself may actually set other products apart from what you will and what you won't purchase and what you think of. So from a meaning perspective, bringing meaning across using imagery, purchase usage and imagery, who's using that product in a commercial, that brand personality and values. So basically, how do you interact with your consumers in every channel? And then the dimensions of a brand personality are very important because they actually exemplify what the consumers are thinking of when they think of your firm. And we'll go further into brand personality. This is an important piece. We'll go further into that as we think about text analytics, and then we'll talk about how to actually analyze brand personality through text. So next, patiently waiting for it to flip. So what's resonance, and what does that mean? The resonance is the nature of the relationship and how you identify with that customer again. So step 4 is building those relationships and to identify with the customer in the customer's eyes. And then finally, being able to identify with the brand increasingly over time. So what does that mean? Behavioral loyalty, attitudinal attachment, sense of community. Do they actually have people who follow them willingly online and bring forward that community sense? Or an active engagement? Are you there with your customers? Are you talking with your customers? Are you communicating with the people on the level that they would want to be communicated with and to?